Hello, everyone. Welcome to Geek Tank, where everything is a matter of geek. I'm Zia,
And I'm Kay.
and today we're coming at you with a very special episode. This is the episode that commemorates our 1 year anniversary.
Surprised, man. We
made
made it.
Actually, we've been made it. I think it was like May.
Yeah.
May was our actual 1 year anniversary, but we've been busy. Right?
Yeah, we have been busy, man. It's been a fucking crazy journey for us right now.
I feel like we were busy before we even started Geek Tank.
Mm-hmm.
We're just even busier now.
It is.
Don't you feel important to be all busy? So, I think before we actually get into the video, we should probably give a friendly reminder to all our viewers. Did you just fart?
No, that was my
Okay.
my phantom cigar. Just like.
I was like, man, you can't be farting in here. This is a closed room right now. Anyway, friendly reminder. If you watched our last episode, you already know that we have a giveaway going on right now.
Yeah. Let me bring it up again. Phantom Pain.
Boom.
Diamond Dogs.
A dog for the X-Bone.
Yeah. So
Every bone needs a dog, and every dog a bone.
we are giving out a sealed.
That's right. It's sealed.
Plastic sealed. I've been holding on to this baby.
Almost for 4 years.
Yeah. And, like we said in our previous video, too, this is how we met.
Yes.
Metal Gear brought us together.
And this is how you know that Kay didn't actually play Phantom Pain.
No, I have my signed copy.
Signed by who?
Troy Baker.
Fuck you.
I got it signed. I have my own signed copy.
Did you ever sign your pecs when you cosplayed Vincent from Catherine?
Oh, you mean the game that I never played?
Yeah. Hey, they're making a PS4 one now. Remake.
Maybe.
You gotta play
Maybe
it.
I'll
You gotta
play
it.
I'll play it.
They got an extra girl to romance, so now you got more options.
So we are giving this sealed copy away. How do they, blah, blah.
So, if you want to win the sealed copy, the sealed collector's edition of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
It's got the fucking bionic arm you can fist yourself with.
Whoa.
You can get raunchy with it.
Kinky.
Yeah, you can get downright kinky with it.
Also, be sure to wash it after you do that.
Sanitize.
Yes. Wash it before you do that, too, because, you never know where it's been.
No, it's sealed.
Yeah, but, chemicals and stuff.
I know. It's not medically sealed, but like...
Yeah, you got to sterilize it. Spray it. Anyway, to win this sealed copy, all you have to do is comment in the comment section of this video or tweet at us, for those listening on Podbean or whatever. So tweet at us some feedback. Tell us how we've been doing in this year's journey. Tell us how you think we can improve, what we can do to be more entertaining for you. Maybe topics you want us to cover. Anything, really. And also...
After that comment, hashtag Phantom Pain. So we know that you are trying to enter.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
For this giveaway. Not even giveaway. It's just to show our thanks to you guys for listening to us.
Yeah.
And how we can improve
for you guys. So yeah, this giveaway will be going on for another 3 weeks after this video airs. And after that, we will take the list of people that have tweeted or commented.
Yeah.
And we will randomly select one, and then we will reach out to you to let you know that you won.
Yep. Just hit us up on our social media platforms, man. You could comment on Facebook. You can comment on
Instagram.
Tweet at us. Like I said, we're at Geek Tank Tweets. You'll see our infamous logo.
That's right. But with that being said, now we will get into our 1 year anniversary.
I know, yeah. Our journey, man.
That's right. So let's just start with what this journey's been for us. Like, what have we done, Kay? What have we accomplished?
I mean, it is hard. We came to find out how hard it is to be a content creator.
Yeah.
Right.
Keeping up with it every week.
Trying to keep up with it every week. I mean, obviously we missed a couple weeks here and there, but then still we
Yeah.
did pretty good.
Yeah, for the most part, we
most part,
stayed on top
yeah.
of it, especially for people just starting out.
For people just starting out, like, how did we start out with? What was our equipment like?
We had a
fucking
knockoff
phone.
GoPro. We used our phones to record with little crappy lapel mics. Like,
We didn't even know how to sync up the audio when we first started. That was a fucking nightmare.
we had our video editing program. The one you were using was Sony Vegas, and it was really
Not
dated.
even Sony Vegas. It was just straight up Vegas now because Sony doesn't do Vegas anymore.
Whatever.
It was dated.
Oh
The
my God,
computer was fucking dated.
The fucking interface was so ugly, and I was like, ugh, this is a pain.
But then let's also go beyond before that, right? Like coming up with the idea of Geek Tank.
Bro, even that was a pain. I was just like, yeah, just roll with it.
Like, do you recall like when you first started talking about Geek Tank?
Kinda. I what I really remember is like when we started getting the logo. I remember we went to Fiverr, and the first logo we got, I was just like,
This is bad.
what the fuck is this?
This is bad.
This is a tank? This looks like, I mean,
Photoshop circles, whatever.
it looked like something you would have seen in the NES Contra, and I'm like,
not even.
Okay.
Not even.
Okay, Contra was better than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Contra had more detail.
I'm gonna go off topic for a bit.
Hmm.
They announced a new Contra at E3.
Oh yeah.
I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to topic. Yeah.
1 year.
1 year. So yeah, I remember that much.
No,
So,
I mean, I've always wanted to do something like this, right? I've always wanted to create like a platform for people and for my friends to geek out about shit.
I never thought I'd be doing this.
Yeah.
I have terrible social anxiety, and it's
As
like,
do I.
it's like every time we do this, like I'm nervous.
No,
you
yeah.
can probably gauge it sometimes if you're watching this.
You always see me shaking my leg.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
I think it's worse that there's a camera. I'm okay like when we're just talking and I know that no one can see me. That's not so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned a lot of things. We've kind of gotten more comfortable in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
We've gotten more comfortable talking.
And, reaching out to other people to be on our show.
Well, that's something I feel like we need to improve on.
We need to improve on, but then like we have, gotten in comparison to like us both having some form of social anxiety.
Uh-huh.
So far the people that we've got on our show.
Are you talking like bigger names?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had Ruben on the show,
and
we have had Paul St. Peter. Did we have anyone else?
I don't know.
I think it's them so far.
Yeah. But then also like highlighting our community.
Yeah. Well, I'm more comfortable with that because I feel like I don't know. It's always a little intimidating when someone's like above you. Does that make sense?
Well, for
me,
it's not even just
above, but they have like they're almost like an idol, or they've done something you liked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, it's always a problem because like I just don't feel like I get anxious and I just don't feel like I'm worthy, in a sense, or
no, I get what you're saying.
I don't want to bother someone's time. Or, which is something that, obviously we're working to get pushed through.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying with that.
Like, I don't want to seem like I'm being a burden on someone.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, I feel that same way sometimes.
And that's not just with the...
No, that's with everyone. That's with everyone. Because we've tried to get more of our friends on, and I also don't want to push them to do it. I want it to be something they want to do.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, hey, come on, get on my show. Bug someone into it. But yeah, So we've had to deal with that. We've we're learning to overcome that. We've improved our equipment a lot, as we were saying. The little knockoff GoPro recording on phones. We've
All
moved
right.
from that to a fucking Sony Zoom recorder. What's our camera right now?
No, it's just a Zoom recorder. It's not Sony.
Is it?
By the way, it's just Zoom.
Okay, whatever. Zoom.
Our camera right now is
That's
a
what I meant. That's Sony.
A6400.
I was looking at the camera and I saw Sony.
And then you got your own camera.
Yeah.
Now.
Lumix GX87.
Yeah, and so we got that. Then we got the GoPro. I have a DJI Osmo,
which we never use.
Which we never use. We should. But I mean, we really don't do anything like cinematic. But maybe
going
in the future, going forward,
when we start doing fun projects.
Yeah.
Not that this isn't fun, but I'm saying like stuff that's like funny, stupid.
Or like video shorts or something
like
something
like my
related.
review of Devil May Cry 5.
More environmental stuff, as in like outside shots with the DJI Osmo, and of course, and it's funny because like it harkens back to our first interview with Ruben Langdon, where we used our fucking phone, our GoPro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's just like, oh my god, we're so unprofessional.
We thought we were the shit too. Like this year,
coming in, we got this and we got that, and it was just like, oh yeah, we thought we were hot shit.
Yeah, we thought we were hot shit because like we came in with our fucking t-shirts.
But now, we're hot shit. If I could show you that, we're hot shit.
We got lights. We got.
We got cameras, we got lights, we got cameras, we got action. We got our groove down.
It's so funny because we literally were using our phone to record that video with Ruben Langdon. But
the audio.
Yeah,
the audio. We had the knockoff GoPro for video.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Oh, okay, I have better equipment." No, I'm not like he didn't say it like condescendingly, of course. No, he was like, he was helping us out. He was like, "Hey, look, I have this recorder. It records better audio. It's better to have two things recording anyway, just in case for backup."
Yeah, because he's absolutely right. Good audio is a must, especially if you're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So
and he's like, "Oh, you guys have one camera. Well, guess what? Obviously you guys are starting out. Your equipment's gonna grow." And
it has.
It has.
It's not cheap either.
It's not cheap. It's not a cheap journey, to start the stuff up. I mean, obviously, start it up. If your guys are looking to get into something like this, just start off with your phone.
Somewhere. Yeah,
start somewhere. Just get it out there.
Yeah, the phones aren't as terrible as we're making it out to be.
Especially nowadays.
It gets the job done.
Nowadays, phones are.
Yeah, phones are like they're more powerful than computers you used to have back in the day. Yeah. So
phones now are more powerful than the computer that I used to edit videos on.
As long as you can understand what all the people in your show are saying, fucking do it. Don't wait on it. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen.
No, it's been a great journey, man. I mean, like I said, it's brought us closer to the community, and it's brought us closer to people, and it's helping us with obviously, like for me, like I honestly like to say I get social anxiety like a motherfucker. But
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's also just being in front of a camera, I think, that gets people.
I mean, for me, it's always been like that. Like, I'd never been to be one in crowds or like it.
Okay, you say that, but usually you conduct yourself well in social settings.
It's inside. I'm just like shrieking.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like, but it's kind of like the push through the pain to seek the reward,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think a lot of people feel that the fact that we're doing this despite being more introverted, I think helps us grow. So that's something that's happening this year. We've grown both in character and equipment. We have. I think we're still sort of finding the format for this show, but we definitely have the opener down.
Yeah.
We have the opening.
Where everything is a matter of geek.
I still have trouble closing because I'm just like, wait, is this the point I should end it? Should I end it or should I keep talking? Like,
Usually that's where I chime in more.
You
right?
get the closing done, and
Yeah.
I'm usually just like, I don't know how to end things.
Hey, let us know. You know.
Yeah, but what else? So those are some of the things we've done. Some of the things that have happened along this journey. Um, how do you feel we've done along the way? Do you think we've done a good job? Is there something you feel that you feel, not necessarily the audience, but that you feel we need to improve on?
No, uh, I'm I'm always up for more improvement. I'm obviously, we're always gonna be our own worst critic
Mm-hmm.
with our stuff. I mean, obviously, I look at our older videos and I'm just like,
Um,
fuck.
no, usually I feel like that about a video as we're putting it out, and then I'll go back and rewatch it way later. For instance, it was like a month or two ago, whenever I set up the Podbean,
Yeah.
that I was rewatching the Resident Evil video because I started it and then like I got interested and kept watching. I was like, wow, this episode was pretty funny. It was like we were being stupid, but I was like, this is funny. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and my thing with this has always been just to be true to yourself and putting the content that you want out there, the content that you're passionate about out there. That's my thing.
That's a challenge. Yeah,
It is a challenge.
easier
I mean,
said
because
than
it is
done.
because every day, with this, we are finding ourselves. We are changing every day
Right.
whenever we do this.
Well, that's something else that we could say about this whole year journey is not even just in relation to Geek Tank, but just in life. I think at least I can say personally that like I've changed a lot as a person, kind of just like learned to let a lot of shit go.
Yeah.
Like my hair. I've joined the club, Kay.
Huh?
You want to show everyone that?
Oh, I know. I haven't shaved it yet. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
You
that
need a
weird
bit of a
awkward,
haircut.
yeah.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah,
And
I
I'm
just
kind of
shaved mine.
cold because I'm sick. So it's like,
Oh, well, no, that always happens when you don't have hair. So people, if you're, guys out there, if you're considering shaving your head, be prepared. It gets cold real easily. You feel like the draft
Also,
from the AC, and you just start
it
shivering.
is summer in Florida, so apply sunblock to your fucking dome.
Or wear a hat. So he's
Yeah.
got the right idea.
Otherwise, you're gonna be peeling skin off your goddamn head.
Dude. So okay, before I met you, this was back in like 2014 to early 2015. It was a whole year I was shaving my head. This was before I was like really losing my hair. I was shaving it, and I'd gotten used to the sun on my scalp. So when I started shaving my head again recently, I was like, oh, I'll be fine. And I went to the Murakami Museum in Delray Beach. So that's further south in Florida. And it was a really hot, sunny day. I went around without a hat.
Oh my god! I would have bought
The
like
whole
a fucking
week.
umbrella or something.
I had a hat in the car and everything. I should have brought it in. I was like, I'll be fine.
I got this. Push through the pain. Seek the reward.
No, I knew like 20 minutes in, I was just like, oh, that's not good. My head was
I
peeling
was saying
for
you're
the
pushing
week.
through that pain to seek the reward of peeling skin, to get the satisfaction of peeling skin off your fucking dome.
Like, I didn't peel it off. I just put a couple lizards on my head and let them eat it off.
But anyway, once again, 1 year. Where were we, man? See, this is
We're
one of the
talking-
things too. I guess if we
Getting
can
off
improve,
topic.
getting off topic.
No, because
mean,
I said like we're gonna segue.
Yeah.
I know exactly where we're at. I was
Okay.
asking how you feel about what we've done so far. And you were saying that you look at some of our older episodes, and you're just like, ugh.
I mean, like I said, there's nothing against the older episodes. Obviously, for me personally, like I said, I'm my own harshest critic. As are you, obviously. You're your own worst critic too, and whatnot, or harshest critic, however you say it. See, that's one thing about me too. Is like my linguistics are off. Or like I judge myself on that.
Okay. Well, sometimes I'm judging myself on it too. Like I'm judging myself right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I remember, like whenever I still listen to this stuff, I feel like I mumble. I need to speak more clearly. But then again, the sound in my head makes it seem like I am speaking clearly.
You do the best you can do.
Yeah.
I can understand you. I'm sure everyone else can understand you too.
And it's just something weird, whenever you hear your own voice.
Oh
Obviously, that was
yeah,
funny
when it's not coming from your own mouth, when
Yeah.
you're hearing it played back to
Yeah.
you, you're just like,
Uh,
ew, that's me.
yeah. Like I said, it doesn't coincide with the idea of the voice that you have that you're hearing in your head.
Yeah, the acoustics aren't the same.
Yeah. It's so that's always been weird for me, and the thing that I want to improve is, like, obviously I would like to have more time in doing so. It's been hard for us. We have full-time jobs. We have still a life that we got to do. I mean, obviously this is a passion of ours too, but then it's like also, coming to understanding of, like, okay, how do I grow my passion, but also still not make it seem like it's a job and something that is still going to be my passion.
I mean, it certainly feels like a job to me. It's just a job I want to do. I would actually like for us to treat it more like a business and get more focused on it, but I know that at the same time we do have to maintain our current jobs because like that's where we make our money. We don't make anything from this. This is purely a passion project at the moment. I don't know if that's ever going to change, and I don't really care because I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, that's something that I was, it's a week or day-to-day thing, is to find, like, topics and what we can talk about, and it has been hard. It's not easy. So, kudos to all the other content creators out there that are doing it and succeeding.
Yeah, I remember recently talking to Kent when he went to, was he saying it was MomoCon? Where he went to a panel called The Dark Side of Content Creation.
Yeah.
About how, you can overwork yourself because you constantly have to put out content to keep up and this and that. And I was just like, yeah, I do understand that. Now more so than ever since we started the podcast, because as you know, I'm also trying to balance this with my writing, and it's tough. Time management is hard, man.
Yeah, and it really does put things into perspective. This, Geek Tank has really put things into perspective of how to manage your time. How, sometimes I know I slack off a bunch too, where it's kind of like, I'm just like, oh, fuck, I really don't feel like recording an episode or whatnot. And
well, I'll get to that point too, where I don't feel like it, but I will push myself. That's one thing that I'm bad about, is I push myself too far to the point where then, like, it's weird because you don't always notice the psychological impact it's having on you. So, like, I'll start getting, moody and angry, and then it's like everything starts to suffer. So it's like I may not be getting physically ill, but,
yeah,
I don't want to say mentally ill because it's not a mental illness. I'm just mentally tired.
Yeah, I think, like I said, as I've gotten older, I felt now, especially now more so than ever. I mean, like I said, I'm about to hit my mid-30s now. So it's, and I'm not trying to, like, one up you or anything like that.
No, I'm not.
It's just, if I don't feel good about something, or if I don't feel good about that day with Geek Tank or that episode or something, like, I let it be known, like, okay, I don't feel like doing an episode this week or something like that. Or
sometimes that's good. It's a balancing act because sometimes things can go wrong. I mean, I can attest. The day that this happened, this scar, I didn't want to go to the gym, and I forced myself to go, and then that happened. Similarly, I just recently pinched my finger at the gym, and I have a nasty blood blister here, and I didn't want to go that day, and ended up pinching my finger. So sometimes that's important that you listen to those vibes. Whether it's because you're too tired or you're just not feeling it. But then sometimes you do have to just sit down and do the thing.
Yeah.
Because you can't wait for inspiration to strike you. You know, it's something that like will come to meet you once you start doing the work.
Yeah, George R.R. Martin, finish those fucking books.
I feel for the dude.
He's
He's blocked as all hell.
Yeah.
That's why he's taken on so many projects. I know it.
I mean, in a sense, like we sometimes get content blocked, or something like just affects us in our day to day lives, where it's just kind of like, okay, something may like, okay, I can't let this thing just happen in my actual life. I can't let it affect Geek Tank, and it's just like, okay, so I won't, let it get into that.
Right. The thing is, there's a difference between taking a rest and being lazy, and it's learning to distinguish the two.
Yeah.
That you have to do. So it's like sometimes when you're not feeling it, something feels off. Sometimes it's not laziness. Sometimes it is, hey, okay, maybe I should step back for a moment, take a breather. And then other times it is just like, yeah, I'm being lazy. I don't feel like it right now.
So in a sense of things to improve, I do wish, more of my friends would try and get on. Obviously, I'm not going to force them. Whenever they're ready to do that, or try and get more people on board with Geek Tank to be able to provide content for, like, be able for them to speak about what they're passionate about.
I'm definitely all for that.
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
I just I think I went in with the mindset that I don't expect this to happen for some time.
Mm-hmm.
At least not on a large scale.
Yeah.
I've actually been pleasantly surprised that the friends that have been on have, expressed interest in wanting to do it.
Yeah.
And I've been very grateful for that. Chris and Marco and Otto.
Mm-hmm.
Did we have anyone else on? Any of our friends?
Kent
has been on. Yeah, Kent.
Recently. And then Eric, Rhythm Bastard.
Eric. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that was great. And Kent and Eric, they're both also active and doing their own things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? It's like, you don't want to bother other people, or
yeah, especially how busy they are.
Yeah.
It's like you understand it being busy yourself,
Mm-hmm.
so you definitely don't want to impose on someone or inconvenience them. So
hopefully quit smoking.
well, I mean, you have that there.
The Phantom cigar.
Yeah. I wonder, do they actually have ones that are modeled like cigars?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because I kind of want to do a Venom Snake cosplay and like have one, but I don't want nicotine in it. I just want to have like water vapor.
Yeah, they have,
I'm not a
they have
smoker.
nicotine-free juice.
Okay, cool.
I don't condone smoking.
I might do that. You see, I actually got this scar intentionally, Kay, so that way I can have the most authentic Venom Snake cosplay. How many Venom Snake cosplayers out there do you know that have legit face scars?
See, that's another thing. Right?
I went out and actually filleted my face for this cosplay.
I want to improve on our cosplays. I want to improve on making more effort to go into conventions.
That's what I was going to say. Now we're getting into the stuff that we think we should do or that we want to do with Geek Tank, directions we want to take it.
Yeah.
I want to start reaching out to more people at conventions.
Yeah.
I also want to host a live episode.
A live episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a convention would be a good testing ground for that as like a panel, but hosted as like a show panel.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I want to get all you involved with us.
Yeah,
discussing
exactly.
with us.
You want more viewer
Engagement.
Yes. See, this is why he is the English.
Yeah, but writing and speaking are very different.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, I can speak sometimes publicly. I mean, I do the panels, and I feel like I have fun with those. But it is also nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
It's nerve-wracking just being in front of a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that what I'm saying right now is being recorded and is going to be online for everyone to hear. Every time I stumble over my words and do blah, 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 something stupid
That's
like that.
why, I'm really grateful for that interview with Paul St. Peter as well, where he talks about the creative process and how once you just put it out there, you just put it out there, and it's just like, just let it be ethereal.
Let it go.
Let it go. And that's one of the biggest takeaways from that interview I also took was like, the more stories you share or the more stories you read, or whether it's about people or events and stuff like that, the more empathy you gain for the world.
Yeah. I mean, that's always something I believed with, because I like to write fiction. Like, I always believe that there is worth in fiction, even if it is just entertainment. But it also does increase your empathy. You're putting yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
So.
And that's one of my goals with this as well is to be able to share people's stories, to be able to share what people are passionate about, so there can be more empathy in this world.
Right. On that note, with sharing stories, another thing I wanted to do with Geek Tank was start reaching out to more of these actors, successful actors, like Paul St. Peter, like Ruben, because we've been so fortunate enough to meet them, to speak with them. Yeah, they're successful, but they're also great people.
Yeah, that
are more than just their roles. And since a lot of people that are watching this are probably like us, that they like these same things, video games and movies and whatnot. Some of them have aspirations to be in careers like that or something similar, and it is nice to hear a story about someone that has made it into that position. Like, it's nice to hear them share it with you, because then it's like, okay, I'm in this position. They once were too.
Yeah.
And they made it.
Yeah.
And they did these things. Maybe this gives me ideas for how I can sort of work my way into the position I want to be.
Exactly. And hear their take. You do your takeaway from them of saying, okay, how can I improve my craft or my skill or whatever, and
whatever it might be.
And whatever it might be. Because the great thing about this, too, is like, we got to learn so much about them as well. Besides just their career. It's just about things that they're actually passionate about.
Well, that was one reason why we hit it off with Ruben so well. And this was before we even were doing podcasts in Geek Tank. Like, for instance, I'm a fan of Ruben himself, not so much, his roles, what he's done, because it's like, I've talked to him about martial arts. I've talked with him about mysticism, shamanism, all those things, like all these other interests I had that he also shares. Yeah. And he knows a lot
that he's passionate about.
And that's a big part of his life.
And so
that's, I didn't just drop that. Stop looking at it. Talk. I'm getting nervous.
But no, that's one of the things that's been our mission statement from the get-go, is to have people talk about what they are passionate about with integrity to humanity.
To geek out about their shit.
Yeah. This is why we always, open up with our saying. Think about that. Like, how hard did we work on that saying where everything is a matter of geek?
You just said it at work one time, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I don't care.
Really? Did you think that? Like, I was like,
I told you that. I was like, yeah, whatever. Let's go with it.
Really? You didn't have no thought about it? I was like, man, I thought about it for a while. I was like, man, we need like a opener, I guess, and something.
And I said, we'll see how it works, and it stuck. So there you go.
All right.
Sometimes things sound genius, and then you say it, and you're like, "Oh, that's stupid." Know it happens sometimes. Like when you're like in the moment you say a joke, and then like no one's laughing, and you're like, "Well, fuck you then."
That happens to our brother-in-law too often. But also like the fantastic other people that we've met, right? We met. Well, not met yet, but we got interviewed.
I mean, you can say met. I mean, online breaks down the barriers, man. Yeah. Mikhail.
Yep.
The Casanova podcast. Yeah. Dude, he's killing it right now. He's...
So that's another one to follow if you're watching this.
Go watch his stuff right now, yeah. We'll put the link in the description.
Dude has been doing it for a little bit longer than us, but the way he's grown, the way he's done it. I mean, he's worked his ass off, and kudos to him, man. He's about to have The Rock. He's about to have the Batista on his fucking show.
He's having Steve Austin too, right?
I think so. He's hitting up all these wrestlers, man, and he's getting it. And I mean, he's not just all into wrestling either. I mean, he's had Ruben on his show. He's
he's had several voice actors.
Oh yeah,
anime, video games, all that.
Yeah,
he reviews all kinds of products, video games as well. Yeah.
He streams,
yes. He's got a lot going on.
Yeah,
and his content is definitely above ours. So definitely check him out.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, he's been an inspiration for me to work Geek Tank to get to that level.
Yeah, and he really does bust his ass. So that's sort of inspiring because it's like, hey, other people have it, just as hard. They're working even harder.
Yeah.
Okay, so the hard work does pay off.
Yeah,
it does.
And he's been helpful to us, and he's been honestly like he's a good friend, man. He's a great friend, and that's one of the great things about us doing this is like we're meeting these new people and hearing their story, and just it's awesome, dude. It's just been great.
And like we said, for those that are thinking they want to start something like this, do it because, with whatever you have, however you can do it, because, even though it seems like things have been like slow to pick up for us, things do happen eventually. Yeah. Even if it's a slow trickle, it doesn't matter. Go for it. Just do it.
Yeah. And my thing is like, I would like to grow. Obviously, I would love to grow big time and everything like that. But then it's like, I also want to do it at a reasonable pace. I don't want to just like us to just,
you don't want to overwhelm yourself,
overwhelm us or something like that. And for me, it's never been even just about the fame. It's just about what can I do right with Geek Tank that's going to be better for the world.
Well, I can tell you right now that the fame is definitely not something I'm too crazy about, because even with social media, like we're not famous at all right now. We barely have.
I don't give a shit about being famous.
Well, I was gonna say, like, because for me, like that almost seems overwhelming because like we barely. It's hard enough to keep up with the social media as it is. I know for me that's one thing. Like I eventually had to put it aside. It's too stressful. I don't even keep up with my own social media. I'll try to juggle all Geek Tank stuff. Yeah. And I'll just like, nah, I can't. It's stressing me out.
But yeah, where do you want to see us improve on?
Well, like I said, I wanna start doing live stuff. I wanna get more people on the show, whether it's established actors or industry people or people within our local community. I want to get more people on.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I just want to see our viewership grow, not for fame or anything like that, but because it's pleasing to know that someone is getting entertainment from it, that they're enjoying listening to it. I mean, I listen to podcasts on my way to work and I enjoy it. So it's like if someone else is doing that with ours, that right there makes me feel good.
Yeah. Well, that's 100% agree with that statement.
So yeah, that's what I want to see going forward, is just to get more people listening. I'm picking up the notebook I did not drop before.
Yeah, because we got to get what else were we supposed to discuss with this 1 year anniversary?
Do more giveaways.
Not giveaways. I don't want to give it giveaways. I don't want to call it giveaways.
It's giving back to the viewers.
Yeah, giving back to the community.
Yeah. That's the same thing as giving away, dude. We're not hosting a contest.
Yeah, I just don't want to just call it a giveaway. I don't know.
You feel dirty. You feel like a dirty boy.
Because the video that we saw about giveaways is just kind of like okay, to gain more viewers or whatever. I don't.
We're only giving it to people that are watching anyway.
Yeah.
It's like only
Yeah,
someone that would
so
watch
for me,
this would
it's
know.
not just. Well, I don't mean to say like we're not gonna do giveaways. It's more like rephrasing it to like we want to thank our viewers more.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's always how I viewed it in my
Yeah.
head. I mean, I feel like that's what a giveaway is supposed to be. This
Mhm.
isn't like...
So we are gonna thank our viewers, as we mentioned earlier in this
well, the
episode.
diamond doggies. Diamond doggos.
And
You know, I wish I'd said this in the last episode now that I'm thinking about it.
what?
But how the fuck did Kojima get away with that? Diamond Dogs.
What?
David Bowie soundtrack. David Bowie song.
Well, it's not.
I'm just saying. It's that gray area.
It's that gray area.
For those that watched the last episode, it's that gray area.
Yeah. Watch the last episode. It's actually pretty good. Really good.
I'll let you know if it was good 6 months down the line when I rewatch. Okay, so anything you want to see going forward in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I wish, we get to a point where this can be our full-time thing. Oh, I mean, for me, personally. I mean, obviously, I can...
Well, if I can make writing my full-time
Yeah.
thing, I think I can probably do this more often as well.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of
And
escaping 9 to 5.
Yeah, to escape the 9 to 5. To do things more, not just for our Florida community, and to also for out of state like conventions and being able to go to those more often, and interacting with other people from other places, and
Yep.
hopefully the world, and
Yep.
create mother base and
Indian Ocean, man. Let's get an oil tanker out there
and then
just
adopt
start-
all animals and put them on that.
adopt, yeah, just like floating them out of there. They fly up
Exactly,
in the
yeah.
sky and we bring them back.
As
I
you
mean, I don't know
see-
where you would put a bear, but wait, can you float on a bear in Phantom Pain? I forget. I want a bear.
I've been really.
I want to be like Khabib. I want to train like Khabib and wrestle a bear.
I want to. I'm thinking of replaying Phantom Pain. It's been a while. It's been a while.
The fucking bear.
It's been a while since I played it.
Did we get on MGO?
No. I'm thinking about just like replaying the fucking story again.
Yeah. It was fun.
Mhm.
It was. I mean, I understand why people were upset with it, but it was fun. But yeah,
CC, as you see, I think we're struggling with our ending here.
yeah, we are doing that. Oh, I was about to end it, but you interrupted me.
Because I'm the one who ends it. That's what we talked about earlier this episode.
Not this time. I'm ending it. Everyone, this has been our 1-year anniversary episode of Geek Tank. We hope you have enjoyed watching it, and we hope that you will comment with some feedback for us as for what you want to see from Geek Tank going forward in the future. As always, I am Zia.
And I'm Kay.
And thank you for watching. We will see you next time.